Hi students, in this video we will discuss one more sum in finding the equivalent and ambiguous grammar. Right. So this is the grammar given. Right. This grammar is an ambiguous grammar. I have to find the equivalent and ambiguous grammar. I have to find the equivalent and ambiguous grammar. And you know, by finding the equivalent and ambiguous grammar, there are three steps. The first step is I have to eliminate my epsilon production. While eliminating the epsilon production, if I get my start symbol as a nullable variable, I have to include at most one epsilon. And the third step is I have to eliminate symmetric recursive roots. Right? So coming to step 1, eliminating epsilon production. Eliminating epsilon productions. Right, I am eliminating epsilon production. You know, here we have two steps. Step 1 is, right, I have to make a tabular column with 3 columns: old variable, new variable and productions. Right, initially this old variable will be 5, and here in production what I should write? Pick and write the epsilon production, that is s tends to epsilon. Copy this variable, and from this new variable you copy down to old variable. Right, copy down to old variable, and then from old variable to new variable. And then what you have to do is like, you have to substitute s tends to epsilon in the remaining productions, and you have to check whether you are getting only epsilon and RHS. You have to check whether you are getting only epsilon and RHS, right? So, when I substitute here, I won't get only epsilon and RHS. In RHS what I get? I get open brace and the open bracket and the close bracket. Here I will get s tends to SS, substitute epsilon. What you will get? You will get only epsilon and RHS. You will get only epsilon and RHS. So what you can do? You can write this production yes. Right? So again, this variable is there already, so you won't get anything. So here nullable variable is yes. Nullable variables is your start symbol yes. Right? And coming to step 2 of eliminating epsilon production. Right? Given production, you have to write the given productions and the resulting production. Given production and resulting productions. In given productions, write all the productions given in the question. Right? So s tends to first production, s tends to double s, and the third production is s tends to epsilon. No need to include because we are eliminating our epsilon production. Right? So here in resulting production, whatever production is given, you have to write as it is. And in step 1, I got nullable variable is yes. So you have to substitute null for this yes. When you substitute null for yes, what you will get? S tends to, right? So what you will get? You will get only open brace and close brace. So what you have to write? You have to write open brace and close brace. Right? And next is write the second production as it is. Second production as it is. Right? You have to substitute. S is a nullable variable, so you have to substitute epsilon. Right? So here you have two yes. So one by one you have to substitute. First substitute null for this yes, you will get yes. Again, if you substitute null for yes, you will get yes only. So no need to write twice. It's enough to write only once. Next, when you substitute null for both, right, you will get epsilon. Don't write that epsilon because we are eliminating our epsilon production. right? So this is my step 1, eliminating epsilon production. Now you check here, start symbol is a nullable variable, right? Since your start symbol is a nullable variable in this example, right, you have, in the next step you have to include at most 1 epsilon, right? In the first step, since we are eliminating epsilon production, there won't be any epsilon productions in your resulting production. You won't get any epsilon, right? But the problem is your start symbol is a nullable variable here, right? So what I'll do is like I'll keep only 1 epsilon production, right? At most 1 epsilon. What is the meaning of at most? Maximum 1. Right, at most 1 means maximum you can have 1. Right, at most 2 means maximum I can have 2 or 1 or 0. Here I keep only 1 epsilon production since my start symbol is a nullable variable. If your start symbol is not nullable variable, you won't include any epsilon production. So in the next step is including at most 1 epsilon. I'll do that. Next, include, is it visible? Include at most 1 epsilon. Right, so while including at most 1 epsilon, right, so which is your start symbol? S is your start symbol. So I take S star, right, now I am taking S star as your start symbol and S star tends to S. Right, S star, I am taking a new start variable, that is your S star. S star tends to the old one S, and this old one will take to an epsilon. Only 1 epsilon I am including. Right, only 1 epsilon I am including. This is including at most 1 epsilon. Next step is you have to check whether there is any symmetric recursive rule. As I said in the previous video, you know what is symmetric recursive rule. If your LHS is present twice in your RHS, that is your symmetric recursive rule. You can check this LHS, right, as yes. Check whether you have 2 times yes in RHS. Right, you have only 1 time, but you have other terminals. So this is not a symmetric rule. Take this rule. Yes tends to yes. Check whether this is a symmetric rule. Yes. LHS, I have only 1 yes, and this yes is in RHS 2 times. So it is a symmetric recursive rule. So I have to eliminate this symmetric recursive rule. So what I will do is like eliminating symmetric recursive rules. While eliminating symmetric recursive rule, include this first. S tends to yes. S tends to at most 1 epsilon. Then write your symmetric rule. Right, you have to write your symmetric rule first. What is your symmetric rule? S tends to yes. In this symmetric rule, give a new name for the rightmost non-terminal. Rightmost non-terminal. Right, for this yes, I am giving a new name. Right, I'll give us S1. Right, actually your rule is this, and to the rightmost non-terminal I am giving a new name. So right, so this rightmost non-terminal yes is given a new name S1. You have to include this production also. Give a new name, right? Give a new name, and to which variable you have given? To yes, I have given a new name S1. Include that rule also here. Then what you have to do in the remaining production, wherever you see this yes, in LHS, you have to use this new name S1. Right? So this is my first rule. Right? With this resulting production only, we will do the remaining step. Now this resulting production, here I have this yes. So whenever you see this yes, you have to give this new name S1. So how will you write this production? S1 tends to this substitution you should do only for LHS. Don't replace this S1 also to this S to S1. Don't do that. Right? Right. Again, I have a rule here. Right. So S1 tends to yes. Right. S1 tends to yes. Right. And at last you have to include your grammar. You have to write your grammar. G is equal to B. Right. You have to write your final grammar. G is equal to BTPS. And one more thing you have to see here. See, there are two productions here. S tends to double S and single S. Right. This double S is a symmetric recursive rule. But this single S, what is the meaning? S tends to yes. It is of no meaning. If you find any production in any grammar, A tends to A, B tends to B, C tends to C, D tends to D. That is capital A tends to capital A, capital B tends to capital B. You can remove such productions. Right? Let it be here. You can remove such production so you won't get this rule. Right? I'll tell once again what I have been eliminating symmetric recursive rule. First write this at most 1 epsilon and write the production that has symmetric recursion. I have written this production. S tends to yes, S1, and to the rightmost non-terminal give a new name. So rightmost non-terminal is yes. To this yes, you have given a new name as S1. So yes, given a new name as S1, write this rule also. Next, while writing the remaining production, wherever you see this yes in LHS, please remember this yes in LHS, you have to use this new name S1. Right? So here, yes, it is in LHS, so I am using the new name S1 tends to RHS, you write as it is. And here, this since it is yes tends to yes, I am just ignoring. Right? So how to write your grammar? G is equal to BT, P, yes. So what are the variables here? Yes star, yes are the variables here. Terminals, open parenthesis and close parenthesis. And rules, all these rules. And which is your start symbol? Yes star is your start symbol. You can conclude your answer. Hope it is clear. Thank you.